Have you ever felt like your legs were as heavy as lead when climbing just a few steps? Or noticed your arms trembling slightly, your heart beating faster than usual, just from lifting a grocery bag into the car? For many Americans over 60, that feeling is all too familiar. You're still you, but your muscles just don't respond the way they used to. This condition is called sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. It doesn't just make your body look smaller, it quietly steals your strength, balance, reflexes, and even your independence in daily life. Imagine your muscles as a factory system. Protein is the raw material, exercise is the worker, and sleep is the rest shift that allows the machines to repair. But if the power switch isn't supplying enough electricity, the whole system slows down. The result? You get up more slowly, your steps feel less steady, and even after a night's sleep, your body still feels tired. The power switch, I want you to remember, is vitamin D, the key player we'll start with in section number 1. And then to double or even triple the effect of that switch, we'll add in its powerful allies: CoQ10, vitamin B12, vitamin C, magnesium, and creatine. Each of these has a clear biological purpose, and in the next parts we'll break them down in simple, easy-to-understand terms made specifically for those over 60. Today's video isn't just going to say, take vitamin D. You'll get a clear 14-day roadmap to safely switch your muscle power back on, a checklist of 7 warning signs to recognize deficiency early, and the 5 common mistakes that make supplementation ineffective, plus how to fix them right away. If you want to walk with more stability, stand up more easily, and wake up feeling strength in your arms and legs again, stay with me until the end of this video. With just a few small changes, 1 key vitamin acting as the main switch, plus a few smart supporting nutrients, your body can fully regain the strength it once had. Let's get started. Vitamin D is often called the power switch that awakens your muscles after 60. Imagine your body as a finely tuned machine powered by millions of tiny muscle fibers. Every step you take, every time you rise from a chair, even a simple morning stretch, all of it depends on precise signals between your brain and your muscles. But here's what most people don't realize. Those signals can't travel effectively without one essential factor: vitamin D. Most of us know vitamin D as the bone vitamin, helping the body absorb calcium and prevent osteoporosis. That's true, but it's only part of the story. Recent studies show that vitamin D also plays a crucial role in maintaining muscle strength and responsiveness. Inside every muscle cell are thousands of biological locks, known as vitamin D receptors. These locks only work when there is enough vitamin D. When active, they allow calcium, the key element for muscle contraction, to enter the cells and trigger movement. But when vitamin D levels drop, those locks stop working properly, disrupting the signals traveling from your brain to your muscles. The result? Weaker contractions, slower reactions, and muscles that tire far more easily. Not only that, vitamin D is directly involved in muscle protein synthesis, the process that helps rebuild and maintain lean muscle mass. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults over 65 with blood levels of vitamin D above 30 nmol had up to 40% greater leg strength compared to those who were deficient. In other words, simply having enough vitamin D can significantly improve your ability to stand up, maintain balance, and move with confidence. This isn't just a lab result, it's something millions of older adults across the US have experienced firsthand after just a few months of proper supplementation. Why are adults over 60 so prone to vitamin D deficiency? There are 3 main reasons. First, as we age, our skin loses much of its ability to synthesize vitamin D from sunlight, producing only about 25% as much as it did when we were younger. Second, the liver and kidneys, the 2 organs responsible for activating vitamin D into its usable form, begin to work less efficiently with age. Third, the modern lifestyle keeps many people indoors, especially in colder or cloudier regions of the US, which means the body doesn't get enough sunlight to produce natural vitamin D. It's no surprise, then, that statistics show over 40% of Americans over 60 are deficient in vitamin D, and that number climbs even higher among those who rarely spend time outdoors. The effects of vitamin D deficiency go far beyond weak bones. It directly impacts balance, reaction speed, and the risk of falling. Large-scale studies in both the US and Europe have shown that older adults who maintain healthy vitamin D levels can reduce their risk of falls by up to 30%. And when combined with light exercise, such as walking or resistance training, that number climbs even higher. For seniors, even a minor fall can be life-changing, leading to fractures, loss of mobility, or a decline in confidence. That's why maintaining adequate vitamin D isn't just about nutrition. It's a key factor in preserving independence. There are three main ways to get vitamin D: sunlight, food, and supplements. Sunlight is always the best natural source. Just 10 to 20 minutes of morning sun before 10 a.m. or late afternoon sun after 4 p.m., 3 to 4 times a week, can help your body produce a significant amount of vitamin D on its own. From food, choose options rich in vitamin D such as salmon, sardines, egg yolks, beef liver, milk, or fortified cereals. However, in reality, it's very difficult to reach optimal vitamin D levels through food alone, since most foods contain only small amounts. That's why vitamin D3, cholecalciferol supplements remain the most effective and safest option for most adults over 60. One important note is that vitamin D works best when combined with magnesium and vitamin K2. Magnesium helps activate vitamin D so your body can use it, while K2 ensures that calcium is transported into your bones instead of building up in your arteries. If you take vitamin D without enough magnesium, its effectiveness drops significantly. That's why the trio of D3 plus Mg plus K2 should be seen as a team that works together. You can safely add 300-400 mg of magnesium glycinate daily and 100 mg of K2 in the MK7 form to boost effectiveness and support heart health. If you're taking cholesterol-lowering statins, corticosteroids, or acid-reducing medications, pay special attention. These can interfere with your body's ability to absorb vitamin D. In that case, it's best to talk with your doctor about adjusting your dosage. And remember, take your vitamin D with a meal that includes healthy fats such as avocado, olive oil, or salmon to double absorption compared to taking it on an empty stomach, since vitamin D is fat-soluble. When you supplement consistently for about 4 to 8 weeks, your body will begin to respond in noticeable ways. You'll find it easier to stand up. Climbing stairs won't feel as heavy, nighttime leg cramps will fade, and you'll wake up feeling lighter and steadier in the morning. It's not magic, it's your body flipping the power switch back on, the one that time had quietly dimmed. Vitamin D is a small nutrient that can make a huge difference in aging, helping you feel stronger, more flexible, and more independent each day. Have you ever wondered why your legs seem to be getting weaker so quickly, even though you eat normally? The truth is, vitamin D deficiency doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in silently and often shows up through familiar signs we tend to overlook. Here are 7 early warning signs that your body may be craving vitamin D, the vital switch that powers your muscle strength. Second, you often experience nighttime leg cramps or slight muscle twitching when changing positions. Vitamin D helps regulate calcium and magnesium, 2 minerals essential for proper muscle contraction and relaxation. When you're deficient, the electrical signals between your nerves and muscles become disrupted, leading to those involuntary cramps and spasms. Third, you notice a loss of balance or find yourself tripping more easily. Vitamin D directly affects receptors in your nervous system that help your body react quickly to changes in position. When levels are low, your reflexes slow down, making you unsteady even with a small misstep. For adults over 60, this is a warning sign that deserves special attention. Fourth, you feel muscle fatigue or a dull ache around your shoulders, hips, or lower back. Many people mistake this for joint pain or arthritis. But in reality, a lack of vitamin D can weaken the muscles that support your spine, leaving your back without enough strength to hold your body upright. Fifth, you experience persistent fatigue, even after a full night's sleep. When your body lacks vitamin D, its ability to produce energy inside the cells drops, leaving you feeling sluggish and less motivated to move or stay active like you used to. Six, you notice that your wounds take longer to heal. Vitamin D helps activate immune cells and tissue repairing cells. So if small cuts or bruises seem to take days longer than usual to fade, it could be a sign that your vitamin D levels are running low. Finally, you may notice your mood feels lower and your mental energy drops. Studies show that vitamin D influences serotonin, the so-called happiness hormone. When your levels are low, you're more likely to feel sluggish, anxious, or less motivated to stay positive and engage with life. If you notice three or more of these signs, it's time to check your blood level of 25-OH-D, the standard test for vitamin D status. This simple test can tell you exactly how deficient you are, allowing your doctor to recommend the right dosage for you. Think of it as a regular checkup for your muscle health, because sometimes weakness doesn't come from aging itself. It comes from your body missing exactly what it needs to function properly. Many older adults in the US have heard about the importance of vitamin D. Some even take it daily. Yet after a few months, they still feel weak, their muscles haven't improved, and their balance hasn't gotten any better. The problem usually isn't that vitamin D doesn't work, but rather that it's being used incorrectly. Here are the 5 most common mistakes that keep vitamin D from reaching its full potential. The first mistake is taking vitamin D at the wrong time or on an empty stomach. Vitamin D is fat-soluble, which means it needs healthy fats to be properly absorbed. If you take it on an empty stomach or with just water, most of it will simply pass through your system unused. The right way is to take your vitamin D with a meal that includes healthy fats such as salmon, avocado, olive oil, eggs, or walnuts. The second mistake is taking vitamin D but forgetting its best friend, magnesium. Magnesium is the mineral that activates vitamin D in the liver and kidneys, converting it into the form your body can actually use. Without enough magnesium, even large doses of vitamin D stay stuck in their inactive state and can't do their job. A study from Vanderbilt University found that combining vitamin D with magnesium doubled its effectiveness, especially in adults over 60. So make sure you're getting 300-400 milliliters of magnesium daily, either from foods like almonds and spinach or from a supplement. The third mistake is overlooking vitamin K2, the nutrient that directs calcium to the right places in your body. Vitamin D helps you absorb calcium, but K2 is the guide that ensures that calcium goes into your bones instead of building up in your arteries. Many people take high doses of vitamin D for months without adding K2, which can increase the risk of arterial calcification. That's why it's best to choose a combined D3 K2 supplement with about 100 mcg of K2 for both safety and effectiveness. The fourth mistake is taking vitamin D inconsistently or in high doses over a short period. Some people forget to take it regularly and then try to make up for it by taking extra large doses. This isn't just ineffective, it can also disrupt calcium absorption and cause fatigue or headaches. Vitamin D works through steady daily intake. It's a gradual process that builds up over time, not something you can load up on in just a few days. The final mistake is not monitoring your vitamin D levels. Everyone absorbs and processes vitamin D differently, so without testing, you can't know whether you're deficient, sufficient, or even getting too much. Keeping your blood level of 25-OH-D around 30-50 mg/ml is ideal for supporting muscle and bone health. Make sure to get tested at least once or twice a year, especially if you live in an area with limited sunlight or take medications that interfere with vitamin D absorption. Taking vitamin D might seem simple, but real results only come when you understand how to make it work at its best. When you take it the right way with healthy fats, combined with magnesium and K2 consistently, and while monitoring your blood levels, you're not just taking a vitamin. You're reactivating your body's core energy source, helping your muscles stay strong, your heart stay steady, and your mind stay clear day after day. Days 1 to 3. Start by building the habit of taking vitamin D3 daily, along with magnesium and vitamin K2. Take them with a meal that includes healthy fats, for example, breakfast with eggs and avocado, or lunch with salmon and olive oil. Don't worry about doing too much at once, just link your vitamin D intake to a consistent time each day, such as after breakfast, to help the habit form naturally. Days 8 to 10. Add gentle movement to your routine. Your muscles respond best when physical activity is combined with adequate vitamin D. Try simple but effective exercises. Stand up and sit down from a chair 10 times each morning, step up and down on a low stair 5 to 10 times, or take a slow 15-minute walk after meals. There's no need to push yourself. The goal is to stay consistently active every day, not to work out intensely. Days 11 to 14. Start noticing how your body feels. Pay attention to whether you're sleeping better, having fewer leg cramps, or finding it easier to stand up. Many people report that after just 2 weeks, their legs feel stronger and their mood more relaxed. These are signs that your body is absorbing and processing vitamin D effectively. After 14 days, if you keep up this routine consistently, your body will start to remember and respond positively. Don't think you need big changes to see results. By simply maintaining 3 small habits, taking your vitamins correctly, eating right, and moving gently each day, you're already flipping the switch back on for strength and vitality. If you want to take it a step further, schedule a blood test after 6 to 8 weeks to check your vitamin D levels. This is the most reliable way to know you're on the right track. Once your body has enough vitamin D, you'll notice the difference not just in your muscles but also in your mood, feeling stronger, more flexible, and more confident with every step you take each day. Vitamin D is like the main switch that powers your body's energy system, but for that current to flow strong and steady, you need the wires that support it. In other words, there's a group of other silent helpers that make vitamin D work more effectively while also directly nourishing your muscles, heart, and brain. Below are 5 nutrients that everyone over 60 should know about because they can double, even triple, the effects of vitamin D in restoring strength and vitality. First is CoQ10, the fuel for your muscle cells. If vitamin D is the switch, then CoQ10, coenzyme Q10, is the electric current running through every cell in your body. CoQ10 lives inside the mitochondria, the tiny power plants within your cells that convert nutrients into energy. When you're young, your body produces plenty of CoQ10 to keep your heart, muscles, and brain running smoothly. But after age 60, your natural CoQ10 levels can drop by more than 50%. When that happens, your muscle cells become like engines running out of fuel, slower, weaker, and less able to recover after activity. What's even more important is that if you're taking cholesterol-lowering statins, your body's CoQ10 levels drop even further. This is one of the main reasons many people on statins often complain about muscle soreness, weakness, or fatigue. Taking 100 to 200 milliliters of CoQ10 daily helps recharge your muscle energy, improve endurance, reduce fatigue, and support heart health. The ubiquinol form is the most absorbable for older adults, and it's best taken with a meal that includes healthy fats to maximize absorption. Next is vitamin B12, the nerve conductor for muscle strength. Have you ever felt weaker for no clear reason? The problem might not be in your muscles themselves, but in the signal lines between your brain and your muscles. That's where vitamin B12 comes in. B12 helps form and protect the myelin sheath, the protective layer around your nerves that ensures signals travel quickly and accurately from your brain to your muscles. When you're low on B12, those nerve signals become static, leading to trembling, poor balance, numbness in the hands or feet, or sudden muscle weakness. After age 60, your ability to absorb B12 decreases because your stomach produces less acid. And if you're taking diabetes medication like metformin or acid-reducing drugs such as omeprazole or pantoprazole, your absorption drops even further. That's why, even with a balanced diet, many older adults remain deficient. The best solution is to take B12 in sublingual form, methylcobalamin, or as a spray, since these absorb directly into the bloodstream without relying on digestion. The recommended dosage is typically 500, 1,000 per day. Once your B12 levels are restored, you'll notice real changes. More physical strength, sharper mental clarity, and much better balance. In addition, vitamin C is considered the key to keeping your muscles flexible and resilient. It helps your body produce collagen, the protein that forms the structural framework for muscles and connective tissues. Think of collagen as the elastic cords that keep your muscles smooth, strong, and responsive. When you don't get enough vitamin C, those collagen fibers weaken, causing your muscles to tire more easily, recover slowly, and lose flexibility. But that's not all. Vitamin C is also a powerful antioxidant that protects your muscles from damage caused by free radicals as you age. It works like a protective coat of paint, preventing rust inside your muscle cells. Experts recommend that adults over 60 get 200 to 400 milliliters of vitamin C per day, which is higher than the standard daily amount. You can get it from oranges, strawberries, kiwi, and bell peppers, or take a liposomal vitamin C supplement. which offers up to 98% absorption. When your body has enough vitamin C, your muscles feel smoother and more flexible, your skin becomes more elastic, and your body recovers faster after simple activities like walking or gardening. If vitamin D is the switch, then magnesium is the hand that turns it on. Your body can't convert vitamin D into its active form without enough magnesium. In other words, you could take vitamin D every single day, but without magnesium, it remains in standby mode, waiting to be activated. Magnesium also helps regulate electrolytes in the body, the key to proper muscle contraction and relaxation. When you're low on magnesium, you're more likely to experience cramps, muscle fatigue, and poor sleep quality. Studies show that over 60% of Americans over 60 are deficient in magnesium without even realizing it, mostly because they eat too few leafy greens, nuts, and whole grains. Finally, there's creatine, the energy reserve for the aging body. Many people think creatine is only for athletes or gym goers, but in reality, it's an incredibly beneficial compound for adults over 60. Creatine helps your muscles produce ATP, the energy currency your body uses, especially during quick reactions like standing up, climbing stairs, or catching your balance after a misstep. As you get older, your natural creatine levels drop significantly, leaving your muscles more prone to fatigue, weakness, and slow recovery. When you combine these five nutrients with vitamin D, you're creating a complete biological foundation for your body after 60. Vitamin D flips the switch, magnesium keeps the current flowing steadily, CoQ10 and creatine refuel every muscle fiber, B12 delivers precise nerve signals, and vitamin C protects and rebuilds your muscle structure. Remember, after 60, strength doesn't come from heavy workouts or eating more. It comes from nourishing your body the right way. Every vitamin you take, every smoothie you drink, every step you take under the morning sun is a message to your body. I'm rebuilding my strength. And just a few weeks later, you'll start to feel it not on the scale, but in every lighter, steadier step you take each day. If you've been feeling your legs getting weaker, struggling to stand up, or your sleep not as deep as it used to be, this isn't a sign that old age is winning. It's simply your body's gentle reminder that it's time to recharge. And vitamin D is the simplest, safest, yet most powerful place to start. Imagine this just 4 to 8 weeks from now. You could stand up with ease, walk with stability, and climb stairs without holding onto the railing. That's not a miracle. It's the natural result of your body being reactivated the right way. Start today, not tomorrow. Every vitamin you take, every step you walk under the morning sun, every healthy meal you choose, they're all investments in your strength, independence, and joy of living. Don't let age define your ability. Let your actions each day define your age. And if you found this video helpful, tap like to let us know this information is making a difference. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because every week we share practical, science-backed tips to help people over 60 live stronger, healthier, and more independent lives. And if you know someone, a friend or family member, who's been feeling weaker lately, share this video with them. Sometimes the right information at the right time can change an entire chapter of someone's health.